Today we are doing a full face of first impressions, so let's get into it. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well. So we are going to be in the full swing of things now. So today I'm going to be testing out a ton of new makeup. If you haven't seen my last video, if you want to check that out, please do. I want to thank everyone for their really kind words and messages and everything. Has meant a lot to me and getting me through some really tough times. Yeah, just want to thank you guys in the beginning of the video, but today we are testing out a ton of new products. There's a couple of things that I have had for a little while and a couple of things that I've got like new shades of products that I've tried before, but everything is like brand new and I'm really excited because I've been gifted some of these things. Obviously some things I've purchased with my own money. So let's start off with primer. So first we are starting off with the Anyway Pro Base pore blurring primer. So this was kind of gifted to me by Superdrug to test out, part of their kind of community, and I have used it once already and I do really like this. So at the moment it's really warm in London and I am absolutely sweating like everyone else, I'm sure. And I basically went to the zoo for the first time with my baby and my husband the other day, and I wanted to test this out because it was another really hot day, and you know, when it's really warm, the last thing you want to do is feel super uncomfortable. It was the first time that I wore makeup in almost like a month because, you know, everything that's been going on, obviously wearing makeup is not like a priority for me. But I thought, you know what, we're going to have a really nice day out, and I thought I would like make a bit of an effort because my skin has been really rough recently. Like my chin and everything has been horrible, and especially in this weather, like my rosacea really like is horrible. But when I use this, I really liked it. It mattifies my skin so quickly. When it comes to blurring, I don't really personally know what blurring kind of means, but you know what, it's really affordable. I think you go to Superdrug, it's like £4. And MUA I mention so frequently because they have so many great products. Every time they come out with something, I really want to try it. Like now they're coming out with these new blur balms, no, like blush balms. So I think on TikTok at the moment they're like £4, and I did message them going, oh, when are they coming to Superdrug, because I wanted to have a look at some of the shades myself before I kind of decide, because I think they have like bronzers, highlighters and blushes, but they did say it's just TikTok at the moment, which is fine. I can wait because I have so many blushes that I'm kind of using at the moment and going through that I can just wait a little bit. So now that this has like dried down, it's really helped my skin kind of just have a nice kind of like smooth base. My baby's in the back watching Elmo, so I'm keeping him distracted while I film, because I mentioned this like in my video before that I wanted to start filming again, just because it's kind of like for my comfort and I just really enjoy filming. It kind of distracts me from a lot of the stuff going on. So I hope you've got yourself a nice drink because I've got quite a few things to try today. So let's go on to foundation slash tint. So ELF have come out with another product. So this is the Halo Glow Skin Tint. So I got this as soon as it came out, like on their website. I don't think it was like a members pre thing. I think it was just like on sale. But the thing is, this is a bit more expensive than some of their normal products. I'm pretty sure this was like £15 or £14 or something. And because I buy from them so frequently, I have quite a few points that I used up towards it. But I have the shade 4 Light Neutral, and I've only seen Teresa's Dead like use this, so I haven't seen anyone else kind of talk about this. But this is a mineral broad spectrum, I don't know what that's going for, SPF 50. Perfect for me because again, my sensitive skin, so it has a little kind of shaker in there, which I like a lot, because especially if you don't use a product for a while, it will just sit there and kind of separate. So if you give it a nice shake, then that's perfect. So I'm actually going to use a sponge because I've just been in a sponge mood. Like previously I have mentioned that I like to kind of go in between a sponge and a brush. So at the moment it's my sponge era. So I'm just going to take some, obviously wherever. I I don't think I've read like what the coverage is or whatever, but because it's a tint, it's very here and there because some skin tints are really full coverage, like the L'Oreal one. But then some skin tints are literally like just a little layer on the skin. So I'm just gonna blend this in and hope that it will give me. Okay, I think I might have put on a little bit much because it is nice. It's a nice coverage. It is slightly oxidizing, so on my like neck, it's gone slightly orange. And I know that this is like number 4, and there are a ton of shades, but obviously online it's a bit difficult to kind of like shade match yourself. And I don't know if a lot of the shades are similar to their previous ones, but you know what? It's done a really nice job. So this could potentially be like a new favorite. And I did mention previously that a lot of their elf foundations are very hit and miss for me. Like the last one that came out, the one with like the little squeezy thing, was so good. I really, really love that. I'm kind of thinking of what to use because my friend is getting married this Friday, which I'm filming on a Wednesday. And basically, it's probably going to be really hot weather. And by the time I probably upload this, it probably would have already happened. And I'll let you guys kind of know what I wear. But this is a really nice coverage. I'm liking this a lot. And the fact that it's got SPF 50 is absolutely perfect. I'm just trying to find where the best lighting is because it's a really sunny day, but where my window is a bit funny here and there. But this is looking super duper nice. I don't want to get like too close and scare you guys, but I'm liking this so far. This is looking really nice. And because my skin can be quite problematic in the sense of as soon as I put something on, I start to like just sweat straight away. I'm going to see how this kind of works with that. So let's see how the video kind of progresses. So concealer. So this is not a new concealer by any means. It's new in my collection. So this is by Nars. So I finally picked up their kind of cream concealer. I can't remember what it's called because I threw away the box. But I got the small version because I was like, you know what? I love trying minis and I will always try minis if I have an opportunity to. And everyone says that this is one of the best concealers out there. So I'm very excited to try it. I have the shade Light 2.3 and I haven't tried much by Nars recently just because they really don't have anything that I am kind of like, oh, I really want to try that. But I think this was on sale. I think I got it in Sephora and I picked up one of their lip liners as well because they always have like this sale on. Sephora are known for like just non-stop sales, like discounts now, which is fine. That's okay. But I really wanted to try this. So let's have a look at the doe foot. It's very tiny, which is fine. And I am going to try and hide my under eye bags because, again, just because, you know, things have been tough everywhere, like I mentioned, I'm still a full-time mum. So I am still getting up multiple times and not for baby, for my own anxiety, just to make sure that he's okay. And because it's so warm, it's a little bit difficult to be comfortable sometimes. And my under eye bags are just kind of like, please get them sleep. But, you know, I'm getting better because I'm so tired. I have like no energy most of the time. Need some sleep, but you know what? My under eyes, they will be fine. Again, that's what concealers are for. The concealer is there to help hide that, to make me look like I've had a good night's sleep. And you know what? I added a small amount. It looks fine. I will again try it with another foundation. Maybe that's not as kind of crazy coverage as this because again the coverage on this is really, really nice. Next, let's go on to bronzer. So I have tried this before, but I was kindly given a new one by Maybelline. So I purchased one off the TikTok shop, like I mentioned before, mainly because I think I tried it in one of my first impressions. When I take off the lid, it was stuck to the top, but this one that they sent me is totally fine, and I have a different shade. So this is shade 45. I'm part of, I don't know how I came about this, but you can like test products by Maybelline, so a lot of their stuff that come out I get to try, which I'm very like, what, me? Okay, which I'm very excited about because a lot of things you have to kind of be on the game, because if you don't click you want to try it straight away, other people obviously will get it before you, and you just kind of try it out and then just make a small review. It's called Maybelline Babes or something like that. May Babes. They actually emailed me saying, do I want to be part of it? Which I found a bit strange because normally for ambassador stuff, you have to obviously apply for it. But maybe if you're on the lookout for something like that, it's called, whoa, I'm dropping everything. It's called Maybelline Babes or May Babes, something like that. If you do get onto it, let me know because it's super exciting to try stuff by Maybelline because over the years I've been very like here and there with Maybelline, but now I'm getting to actually try a lot of their stuff and I do quite like it. So this is the lifter sticks in case I didn't mention that, but I only use like a tiny amount because I feel like I probably don't need a lot of it today just to kind of chisel everything out because that skin tint still is looking really good. Next, we have a new product by Makeup Revolution. So this is their new Super Dew Blush Burst. It's difficult to talk sometimes. This is in the shade Strawberry. So I went to my first Makeup Revolution event. I mentioned this in the video where I talk about my dad just because in the morning I went to that event. I'm part of the kind of Makeup Revolution kind of like community where you get to test out products and make social media and stuff like that. They had their first kind of like in-person event, which I was so excited about, and you have to be really quick to kind of like apply to go, and it was in London, so obviously I live in London, which was really handy. I did a little like TikTok on it if you want to have a look, and basically you got to like see a ton of new products. You got to listen to a lot of the people who work there just talk about Revolution and what's kind of coming to the table. And they also had Snatch by Huel, I believe his name is, and another content creator, forgive me, I can't remember her name, doing like a little Q&A, which was really cute and sweet. And we were given like a goodie bag at the end. A couple of things one other thing that I'm going to be using today, so this was this is one of the products. So I'm super excited to try this because I love me a blush. Everyone loves a blush, you know, and I've not tried it yet. So this is the doe foot. It's very tiny. So I'm excited to see if this does anything because the shade is quite light. So I'm going to just kind of tap this on and see. Revolution, as I'm kind of this morning of when I'm making this video, they've released their new kind of glossy sticks. They're like lipsticks which look stunning, and I did see them at the event. So essentially they look like the Fenty Beauty like gloss bombs, and so many people have said that, and I mentioned so many times before, you know, like Revolution for me when they first started were like a big like dupe kind of brand, not dupe but like kind of they were heavily influenced by a lot of very popular products. So even now they still do that. Like a lot of their eyeshadow palettes was very reminiscent of the Patrick Tar palette, and even like that lipstick is literally like the Fenty Gloss Bombs. I can't wait to use it because they look stunning. But this is really nice. This has taken me by a bit of a surprise because honestly I didn't think it was going to be as pigmented because it's very light. But I've put a lot on. What a surprise. So this is super nice. I like this a lot. I think they've come out with a couple of shades as well. Like I mentioned, this is Strawberry. I don't know why I said like that, Strawberry. When I took off the like label, it took off the name. So let's hope I remember. My memory is really bad. I was trying to stick the label back on, but it just didn't stick. So let's go on to a highlighter. So again, this is a product that I've used before. This is by L'Oreal. This is a Lumi Le Glow, and this is in the shade Glowy Cream Chic. So I was sent 2 PR packages by L'Oreal. Again, I don't know how I get on these things. It's crazy because I obviously apply for so many things, but I think because L'Oreal are part of such a big brand, I think once they kind of get your contact information, I guess if they kind of like you or like your content, they just send you stuff. Like this L'Oreal box that I got, I've seen so many other influencers that I follow get it, like big influencers. And I was like, but why am I getting it? I'm nowhere near as big as any of those people. But I'm so grateful. Honestly, it really kind of lifted up my spirits the last few weeks. And then a couple of days later, I got sent another box which had like hair care in there and a couple more other things as well, and I was just absolutely flabbergasted because I was like, I haven't seen anyone else with that box yet, so I don't know if they're kind of delayed sending them out to people or people just not making the content. I have no idea. But again, extremely grateful, and I'm just, yeah, a bit like, oh, okay. So I'm going to just use this. I have used this before, and again, these keep on falling out. This is one issue that I do have with these products, that they're so soft, and as soon as you kind of open it out of the packaging, it will just yeah, it kind of sticks to the lid, which is a little bit annoying. But these are really cute. The other shade that I used, not that it was dark, it was just darker than what I would normally use, but this is a much lighter shade, and you can either use it like straight onto a brush, or if you even like swipe it on, it's the same thing. Next we have a setting powder. So don't think I've tried a new setting powder in a while. I'm very specific about which ones I kind of like, but this is by Revolution. So this is their Hydro Cool baking powder in the shade Translucent. This is another product that I got part of my kind of gift when I went to the event. There's a couple of things that I did get as well, which I would use like in a future video, but I'm very excited to try this because I love the packaging. I love the ombre effect of it. And I'm just going to take a small amount because I'm not going to be using this product for a long, like, I'm not going to be using this, I'm not going to have this makeup on for a while. So let's, okay, that's kind of nice. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's a mattifying powder, it's just hydrocool, so it's a cooling effect and hyaluronic acid. It's difficult to talk as well these days. It's fine. I don't think it's extremely mattifying, which is what I prefer when it comes to a setting powder, because I prefer a mattified look over a dewy look. But either way, it's nice. Okay, so yeah, that's looking fine. So let's go on to eyes. So I have two eyeshadow sticks by L'Oreal, which are part of one of the boxes that I got. So this is the Les Shadow Stick. Couldn't be, straight to the point. So there's a gorgeous silver one. So this is called Ice Sparkle, and then we have Twinkly Rose. I actually want to swatch these because I'm very intrigued. I actually might try the rose because I love rose gold shades. And oh my god, that is very creamy. That is gorgeous, and it feels absolutely like just beautiful on the hand. And the silver as well. That's very nice. Okay, I'm going to go in with the rose because I just love a rosé shade. I'm actually going to go in with my Project Pan, which is the NYX shadow palette. This is the Ultimate Queen palette, just to kind of do a little look, and then I'll be right back. Okay, you probably can't tell much of a difference, but I did put on just a couple of shades. So let's go in with Twinkly Rose, and we're just going to kind of glide it onto the eyes, and I think these are normally like $10.99, $11.99. So, oh, it's got such a nice like cooling effect to it, which I find quite interesting because I don't think with shadow sticks that they have this kind of weird effect. Like it's got like a cold effect to it, if that makes any sense at all. Because normally if I tried like the Bobbi Brown one or other ones, they just feel like normal shadow. This is quite icy and quite cooling, which I quite like because especially in this heat, it will help a little bit. So I'm just going to blend this in a bit to kind of not make it look like too harsh. But that's really stunning shade. I love rose gold. My wedding dress was like rose gold as well. And obviously the makeup I did for it was rose gold, and I always love an opportunity to have anything rose gold. One thing I must say, this tint is really holding. I mean, I have tried so many foundations where as soon as I put it on and a bit of sweat comes, it will just fall off. This has not budged. This has not budged off my top lip, and I'm very impressed. I think e.l.f. are kind of changing it up a bit when it comes to their foundations now, and I'm all for it because, like I said, I love a lot of their other products. It was just always their kind of complexion stuff that I was a bit here and there with, but I've been loving the last two, so I'm loving it. So let's go on to mascara. So this is by Maybelline. This is the Colossal Bubble. So this was again kind of gifted to me, and I have done Did I do it? No, I didn't actually. I think I just did the content for them. The little bristles are very cute, and I am just going to put this on. I'm not putting on like a ton because again, I'm not wearing this makeup for a very long time. I'm at home doing absolutely nothing apart from hiding from the sun, which is my perfect day. But yeah, I still obviously want to show you guys how this works. I do also have the L'Oreal Telescopic mascara, which I was going to try, but I thought, you know what, I'll use that in another video. And of course, that reminds me of Lashgate, which is quite funny. If anyone has tried POV Beauty, let me know. I know it's only in America, but if there's anyone who watches this that are from the States and has tried it, please let me know, because I'm hoping she might bring, like Michaela must bring it to UK soon, and I'd love to try something. I'm just really intrigued to know what it's like, because again, I've heard very mixed things. I think it's mixed things because people either don't like her or they're just very critical of the things that she's bringing out, but it sounds really nice, the stuff that she's bringing out. So let's end on the lips. So this is another one of this is another product that I have tried before, but a different shade. So this is the Lifter Glaze lip balm. So this is the oil balm in the shade Berry Haze. In one of my last videos, I did try a different shade, but because I was given this one, this is a different shade. So let's give this a whirl, because these feel really nice on the lips. This is a very different shade than what it looks like in the kind of applicator. So when it blends out, it's more of a pinkier tone, which I'm fine with. But it just makes me look a little bit like all one shade, where I thought it was going to be a bit deeper, but that's not the end of the world. So this is my finished look. I will do a closer video in a second. But yeah, everything, I think I love everything. So I actually just had a thought, and you know, I was kind of like, is there anything that I don't like? I love everything. I kind of love everything that I've done in this look as well. The thing I was most skeptical about was the blush, but it's really nice. I do like it a lot. It is quite buildable, so even if you get a deeper shade, I think it will be fine. But with something like strawberry, you probably have to build up maybe once or twice, depending on how like pigmented you want it. So let me know what you think. What have you been trying recently? I do have a couple more things that I'm going to try in a future video. But thank you so much for watching. If you guys have stuck around and kind of watched my videos over the past month or so, I really appreciate it, because we're slowly getting to 1,000, and I really hope to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. We'll see if that happens in the next 6 months. I'm kind of skeptical, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance. So don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias, because I'm always active on there. And I appreciate you sitting down, listening to me ramble on, and my baby in the background. See you soon. Bye-bye.